All right, Football Manager fans, it's almost here. The trailers, they've been dropping. So, one of the main goals for FM3 Football Manager 20.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, and welcome to yet another stream. Yes, we're back. We're happy. We're waiting for those tactics to come in. I'll pop in the link right now for all those who just came in. Yes, we will be playing with Manchester United. We will be taking a look at your tactics. We will be trying not to get relegated. Nah, your tactics are all good. Your tactics are all good. We've got quite a few tactics. I don't know if we'll be able to get through all the ones from the community, but you know what? I will stop taking them after 10 minutes. Then those guys who got in first, watch the stream. I'm doing those tactics. That's the good news. What's the other piece of news? I don't know. Thank you all for your fantastic comments on my latest video. Why FM26 scares me. It's certainly interesting because for me, I was I mean, let's just put it this way, right? I did this video. It wasn't a video that I had to do it. Yeah, because announcements in the last couple of years, since FM24 was we had the issues at FM24, then FM25 didn't happen, and I was thinking to myself, then he's talking. Miles always talks about consoles, right? He talks about how they got so many people playing the game now. So I was like wondering what's going on. And then, so this video, what it does, it focuses on what was said during that trip to Tokyo. And this is the thing that bugs me the most. It has been bugging me every day. Every day I think about it, it just keeps staking in my mind. And I'm more interested in what you guys thought of the video. All right, we'll get to my points of view. But the whole idea behind that video was basically to share with you guys my fears. What I was worried about. Hey, Kostis Larson, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. All you guys, thanks for popping in. Yeah, all those comments that came on the video, thank you very much. I do think that the Game Football Manager is heading towards consoles. Yeah, they are focusing energy on the console version of the game. I mean, they did just announce that FM26 is Apple Arcade is going to be carrying FM Touch, and we haven't seen FM Touch for a while, right? I don't get me wrong, I don't mind FM Touch. I've got nothing against it. I've always recommended it to people who wanted a lightweight version of Football Manager, because you don't have to worry about training there. You don't have to worry about a lot of things, right? It's very lightweight. It's like you transfer, you bring in players, you handle the budget, and you go sign players and you go and win something. That's it. So things like in-depth stuff like training, and that's all the other stuff. You don't even bother with schedules in that version of the game. I mean, I don't blame people who have done mods on training, right? Because even I have felt many times. I was a bit disappointed with the training module when it came out, when I realized that the only thing that the training module does is redistribute attributes. So basically, you don't really go in there and prepare for matches. Like, you can't go in there and tell your team, okay, we're gonna improve our gegenpressing style system, right? And we got this tactic, and I want you to play towards this tactic. Or you don't go in and go like, okay, guys, we need to improve the physical attributes of our team because we need to play gegenpressing. No, that is not what the training schedules do. The training schedules, the training programs, all they do is redistribute attributes. I've been saying that since day one, right? A balanced schedule will give you a balanced spread of attributes. So we've got people out there doing mods, and I don't blame them, because I would have done the same thing. Right? Done a mod and go do stuff because ultimately players develop whether you like it or not. It's idiot proof, no, the game. The game is idiot proofed. Whether you like it or not, a player will develop. Give him no training the whole week, he will still develop. The attributes will not be distributed the way you want them to be distributed. That's the catch. That's why we have training. A player doesn't play regular games, he doesn't develop as much. So games become important. So that is training in a nutshell. So it redistributes attributes. The most important thing about the only thing that prepares you for matches is actually match focus. Because match focus, the effects of match focus last through the game. So if you have been doing work on your throw-in routines, you'll notice that your throw-in routines lead to more goals. If you're doing more set-piece defending work, you will also notice that you're defending better. That's how it works. It's clear as daylight. Okay, I mean, you just go and... why do you think I always do throw-ins and attacking set pieces? That's all I do. That's all I do. Because that's the only thing in the game, when it comes to training, that has a direct impact on the actual game itself when you're gonna go into play. So I don't blame people who go like, I'm not gonna bother with training. Yeah. Or I'm just gonna use this mod because I don't have to do it. Yeah. Because FM Touch doesn't need training. So what is SI doing? SI is heading in that direction, are they? That's my fear. That is my fear. I look, maybe it is for the best, right? So that they can give us better features, lightweight features, I guess. Yeah, because, to be honest, right, we shouldn't be getting upset. I don't think we should, because international management is not in the game. And I expected that. I kept saying it from day one. The moment they said international management was not coming to FM25, right? It was 5 first. My hand immediately went up and said, if it's not coming for 25, it's definitely not coming for 26. Because remember when 25 was, they dropped 25 because they weren't ready for it yet, because the whole UI was shite. Yeah. What makes you think that international management was going to be fixed in that window of time if the entire UI didn't work, right? Because obviously they had already put international management on the back burner. Because we all know international management is not really fun to play with. There's so many bugs. You go for an international tournament, you can't train the players because then their condition becomes unfit, right? As the tournament wears on, right? Imagine the new World Cup format. They're literally playing for a whole month. You go there with a fit squad, you end up in the final with an unfit squad. Hey, it makes no sense, right? So of course, international management had to be rebuilt from the ground up. Problem is you can't stick it into something that you're already building from the ground up. So they've already got this model that they were working on, where they already written all the code. I won't say they've written all the code. Most of the logic diagrams have been done for the flow of the screens in the game, right? So that's all been done. They've done all that work. They've done the coding. And then they know that they have to build something from scratch. There isn't enough time. Okay, I hear the argument. So they had 5 years to do it. Yeah, I'm in that camp too. Yeah, they had 5 years to work international management. Why didn't they do it earlier? Maybe resources are tight. I don't want to be looking for excuses, but whatever it is, right? Communication becomes important. So if you know you can't go in because you're going to screw up the product and you're going to delay it even longer, all you got to do, because this is of course, in this modern day of social media engagement, okay, you can't make mistakes like this. Because the days of FM11 and the only people who rant and rave are game reviewers like me. In those days, I was a game reviewer, so I just go, don't buy the game kind of thing, or the game is great. I still remember FM11. The bloody do you know that the complaint in FM11 still holds true until today? Yeah, we complained about press conferences way back in FM11. They're so boring. There's nothing much to do. It's always the same responses. The same things are happening in FM24. They just put on new clothes. That's it. Because what I've always done in FM is because I wanted to know if the press conferences would lead to a knock-on effect. Maybe I get into trouble with the bot. Because one day I actually typed in a bunch of not so nice words into the press conference. There was no reaction. I actually said something about the chairman and his wife. No reaction. So, my point is this. Why have a feature in the game that has got no obvious impact on my life as a manager? By that token, because so few people play the game, play international management, because that was his argument, right? That was because we only got a small percentage of playing, small percentage of people interested in international. There's also a small percentage of people interested in press conferences. So why is it still in the game? Why is it non-reactive? Why is it there? We could argue, we could use that. So that little excuse that was given, it was not good enough as far as I was concerned. All they had to say was, look, the game is not in a good position for us to put in international management. Look, I am not a big international management fan, but I have played international management. Destiny was built around international management. It is entirely, my entire Destiny save, which is not, we started in 2023 and is 2047 is still going strong, is devoted to the career of these players that you and me have a vested interest in. But none of them are going to be playing international matches, or they will, but probably the international management isn't going to be something that we can control. They probably will simulate the results. That's about it, and give us the results. I mean, it'll still be in the game in one form or another. They won't take it out in such a way that, oh, suddenly you don't get the World Cup results. That's impossible. They will have it in there. It will be a simulated world. That's for sure. But what won't be there is the ability for you to manage an international squad. That's the only thing. Yeah. So to me, yeah, cool. I mean, no biggie for me then in that case. So I can still bring in my players and still you see them, but I won't be able to manage a team. See, that's the one thing I wanted to do, right? Maybe go to the country where all my youth players, all the superstars are in, and see whether I can win the World Cup with these boys that I've developed. Yeah, so it's just a sad situation that we're in. I mean, look, as I have always given me a game that I end up spending thousands of hours on. This is the only game in my entire life that I can safely say I've spent a third of my life playing it. I spend more time with Football Manager than I have with my wife and my children and all my girlfriends combined. And I've had a few. Okay? So Football Manager stands as my first wife relationship, and I'll not leave her side. I'm loyal. Dead set. I'm not going to seek another. Although I did for a short while. I did go to World of Warcraft for 4 years. Then, like a forlorn lover, I came back seeking the warm embrace of the lady that was Football Manager. We made up, and our relationship thrived for the next few years, culminating in a fantastic new look from my lady in waiting. The question is she doing it because she's interested in another man? That will break my heart. I don't know why I went in that direction. I just couldn't stop. I love my lows. But is there a chance they patch international management with the update? Possible. Yeah, it could be, because they don't call it a patch anymore, right? They call it a content update. So if there's anything that's going to happen, they will probably introduce it in that. But that's not the point, right? It's more like, why allow people to be frustrated? Because you see, the thing is, for some, it's a buying decision. Whether I buy the game now or I buy the game later, right? So for some, it is a buying decision. So you can't just relegate all these people who turn this into a buying decision and make them feel unimportant. That's not right. Just not right. So if there was no international management, they should have clarified it instead of doing an obscure post in Korea, which had to be translated and was misunderstood. Which was kind of sad, man. It was kind of sad. It was like, I was feeling, oh my God, why do we do this to ourselves? Look, I am going to be playing the game Football Manager 26, that's for sure. I've even got 10 replications on standby. I've done the research work for 10 replications. Not one, not two, 10. Included within those, David Pleat's Tottenham Hotspur team. We got Bordalas' Gaddafi system. We got Manchester City's new system that they're using with Pep Guardiola, which is not a high press. I mean, it wasn't a high press. I mean, they got the numbers coming in, but they probably improve it. Then we've also got, somebody asked for Sam Allardyce. So I've got Sam Allardyce from West Ham in there too. What else have I got? I've got obscure managers, but I've got a Dortmund system from 1960 something. That has to be So what I've done in this is I've written all these out already. There's about 10 of them, or 10 tactics. I've begun the work on them, which is the hardest part is actually doing the research. And then in some cases, I will make them, I mean, this is definitely going to be available to everybody who's watching the stream. You guys are going to get access to it. The guys on Discord are going to get a slightly different version. Then in some cases, I'll just do the write-up for you guys, and then you go figure the tactic out based on the write-up. Because I've done the work already of collating information for you. So use your imagination and go do it. Yeah. Hey Marcus, Dalja, I watched your latest video. Will there be two different mentalities for in and possession, out possession? Is quite critical. Why? Why is it critical, Marcus? See, that's the thing, right? That's the same question I asked. I can guess why there might be only one mentality. Because the reason being, they said they're going to use the same match engine from FM24. Therefore, it's only one mentality. For it to have two mentalities, one defensive, one attacking, it will require a completely rewritten match engine. So that's not going to happen. Plus, it would require some, I think that's not going to happen. Yeah. Although I think they will think about doing it in the future. I bought FM26 already. I have 2,200 hours in FM24. I'm playing since 1988. I'm very, very afraid of the state of FM26. In my mind, I'm keeping FM24 installed. Yeah, I would do the same thing. I actually have the previous version of Football Manager always installed on my machine before I install a new version of Football Manager, just in case I feel stung by disappointment. Yeah. No ways, Nuro Espiristo. How are you doing, man? Never gonna viv you up. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for popping in. So you guys, let me know your thoughts for this video that I've done. I mean, it's a short video. It's not very long. I don't see the point of doing long videos, especially if they are referring to the state of certain things in Football Manager. I plan to do these kind of videos very regularly now. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a lot of these videos. Like, I'm gonna just be a grumpy old man. I might as well put my talent to good use and put it on a 6-minute rant. I won't do a rant, of course. That's terrible. That's not me. Okay. I'll ask questions. See, I found in life, right? People are more uncomfortable with questions than with them knowing, with you telling them what's on your mind. It's better to ask a question and wait for the response than to tell them what you think. Because when you open your mouth with what you think, you're going to give them the excuse to use that against you. So always ask the question. Then you can use what they've said against them. Word to the wise. Word from the wise. Hey, old man, come on now. I've done it all. Bit worried the game will be catered towards the newcomers, casuals, and the 20-year-old loyal community who loves to see more in-depth are going to be let down. Kevin, man, you said the things I wanted to say too. Yeah, I think it might be the case. But this is the challenge for SI. You see, the thing is, I believe that SI... Okay, this is... Okay, what about this hypothetical situation, right? SI are not a company unto its own. They report to Sega. Sega are the biggest distributors of consoles in the world. What about this for argument? It's not unheard of. You might be the head of your studio, but you still report to the head of the corporation. Discussions between the head of the studio and the head of the corporation happen on a need-to-know basis to the rest of the company. The head of the corporation could have just told the head of the studio, I'm sorry, we need the numbers for the consoles to go up in this quarter, and this quarter. You have to focus on getting FM Touch out of the gate or else. Because your PC market is only a small fraction of your total sales. Hey, if I'm sitting on the board of the corporation, what do you think I'm telling the head of the studio? Exactly that. Because I'm not going to tell him, pander to your loved ones, the ones who've been loyal to you since 1998. Man, I want my money, man. I want my stock price to go up. I've got stakeholders. Hey, I don't need you to do a fancy white painting, plant roses in your bush, paint the whole damn house, okay? You see, what they don't want SI to do is focus on the roses in front of the house. They want them to paint the whole damn house, make it look spanking nice for the next person. And that's where they are right now. So they need to get the console version out of the gate. I believe that to be the case. And once the console version is out of the gate and out there, right, in a stable form, they can use the same build, right? And then because for them to just improve the PC side is not so difficult. Because then they all have to do is extend some of the functionality towards the PC. I believe that's the case. I believe that's the situation. That's what I think is happening in the real world. Whether we like it or not, ultimately, everybody's got to pay the piper. And they have to too. Just is it. PlayStation, brother. You got Xbox. Xbox prices are going up, huh? Xbox subscriptions are doubling, man, like crazy. Dan, my biggest worry is that they give us so many tactical options that everything we hear about AI is that they dribble better, nothing about the AI counteracting you. I wouldn't worry about that. Dan, I tell you something, right? The first version of every like match engine I've ever done since 1998, it never looks good at the first go. Suddenly you look it's like it has to be tuned. Yeah. So they will play test it with lots of people and eventually they realize, okay, because they will tune the numbers slowly. Yeah. They can't just do everything, and they can't give you the perfect match engine from the moment they land. Although there have been times when I've been where I've seen a really good match engines out of the gate. I think this year there was so much on their plate. All this is hypothetical. Of course, it's hypothetical. All hypothetical. Okay, guys, tactics are in. Let's get cracking. Okay, so what have we got? We got a few today. Oh man. Okay, so bum. BYT. Oh, guys, please send in your tactics only, yeah? Don't text from like RDF or anybody else out there and then submit the same tactic with maybe one change in the PI and still keep the damn name of the tactic. Please don't do that. Okay, because I recently found out that somebody took one of my tactics onto another show. They kept the name of the tactic, but they changed one or two TIs. It's like there's just one notch up. I saw the tag, I know what he changed. So I was like, dude, seriously? That was so funny, you know. I was like, and the name of the tactic is still Joey Go Smash. Joey is my alter ego. How is my alter ego your tactic? At least have the decency to change the name. Oh my god, that was so insulting. I was like laughing. Hey man, Gorans, how are you? Wow man, I love your YouTube video. 20 years of football manager wisdom in half an hour. Awesome. Hey, I'm glad you liked the video, man. That's 20 years of everything that I learned about the game distilled. Huh? I'll get to the point. It'll be unplayable on PC, more and more move to console, and then the bin PC and say nobody to PC. That might actually happen. Okay, all right. Fullback. Keep pick more static. Although I can understand the explanation completely because everything comes down to money. This is why I feel the core, strength of FMS against myself. Hey, Mike, I believe that to be the case too. I think the game is gotta change for them. They can't. The days are gonna come. Yeah. All of us fall in love with the game because of its match engine. No doubt about it. The fact that we can be fantastic managers, we can have a dream story come true. Maybe his name was Joe Smash Rich. All you Tottenham Hotspur fans asking me to go and do David Pleat's Tottenham Hotspur tactic. You know how much I had to dig for that. I was like, hey, some of these videos might not have any pictures. I don't know how I'm going to get a picture of a 1960 tactic. Oh, do you have the tactical shape from 1960? That is so funny. I'm like, but I'll do my best. They think I was there, right? This I see. Yeah, they probably think I was there. And I want to thank whoever was watching the content creators show or his video for putting in the comment there that it belongs to somebody else. But I mean, I'm used to it. I've had people. It's not the first time it's happened. It actually happened with written work as well. One of my guides actually appeared on somebody else's website. My entire guide was on their website. So I was like, if it helps. Because at the end of the day for me is if it helps somebody, it helps somebody. Yeah. But yeah, it does disappoint me, but what can I say? Okay, Casemiro, I think we're going to put in Ugarte. Okay, so let's look at your tactic. We've got, okay, you're playing all the way up to the top. All right. Okay. It looks like my tactic, except it's white. Okay, whenever you do this, right, this kind of width, and then you have counter pressing on, not a good idea. That is not a good idea because you're counter pressing only works with narrow attacking widths. The moment you go wide, your players better be gods. They all better be super fast spin. Yeah, so this is a perfect team for this kind of tactics, right? And then let's look at this tackle harder in front. We've got cross more, run wide with ball, hold up ball, roam from channel, move into channels. We got roam and move into channels just means it's gonna go here or here. This guy's gonna go here or here. Mark tighter, tag harder, sniping at legs. Okay, both of them going this way, I guess. Yep. The pattern that we've all established. Okay, it's basically a back four, a back. Okay. It's very different. Yeah. Let's see how this tactic plays out. Decline this. We reject all offers.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Godspurs, how are you? Hey, Godspurs, I got your message. Yeah, David Pleat, done. Or at least I've done the writing, most of the writing. Got some of the data, managed to extract it already. But what I haven't got is pictures yet. For most of the articles, I still have to do fair bit of work. And of course, I haven't done the tactic. I have to be able to play FM26 to do the tactic. And I won't be able to play FM26 until they release the advanced access opens up to the Oval. Yeah. I'm actually kind of glad as well. Need to open up your old albums to find the pictures. Old albums, no man. I gotta visit. I gotta do a seance and ask my grandfather to come into this world and bring the other manager and we have a seance together so he can explain everything to me. Oh, come to me, old Mr. Manager. I gotta do all the stupid seances. Okay, here we go. All right, Martinez on the ball. Let's see. I think you'll pay good money to see a seance. This I see. Well, I think I can charge entry fee to the stream. Okay, all of those who want to see me do a seance with the manager from the past. Okay, come on. Let's go. Looking, your boys are playing well. I'm telling you guys, the thing in Football Manager 24 Eddie will definitely be in FM26. 100% because they haven't changed the match engine. So which is the most powerful role right now in FM26? One of the most powerful roles. It's the same one of the most powerful roles in FM24. He's still a king, no? He will be a king all the way. Because none of the AI managers is playing to counteract that. Whatever it is, don't touch the inverted wingback with a 10-foot pole. Might be the new FM format, Seance Manager. Yeah, ask for advice, right? Look at that. Nice. But you see, the thing is, right, here again, because we're missing the one player, one of the reasons why I do a diamond pivot, right? I don't know if you guys still... I think most of you by now should know what a diamond pivot is, right? When I do the 4 in a diamond. The reason why I do it as a diamond pivot is because then I have the 3 at the back, right? And one in the middle. He's done something almost similar. So what he's got is he's got a 2 and a 1 only. So he sacrificed the 1 player at the back. This gives him the option of getting these fullbacks into the attacking transition. So they're going to come into the center. That's where, if there's a second ball situation, he's going to try and win it. Remember what I said about counter press and width. Now, the issue now only is if you lose possession of the ball, if they are close, if the width is narrow, they might trigger. But now because the width is so wide, right? what we might see, and I'll be interested to find out if it happens, is your tactic might be okay because these players may not be close enough to trigger them into counter-pressing, so they might just go back to the defensive positions, which means this player better be damn good because he's doing a lot of work on his own. So there we go. See that? So he checked his run. He didn't run. This guy did a good job tracking, but of course he's out of position now. Good hook. Here comes Udogi. It's a fluid system. Yeah, I know that the problem is he was one of the first England managers, right? Or rather, it was one of the first managers for Spurs, or probably the only manager for Spurs, who believed in a very attacking, fluid system. Like, it was his ethos was attacking football. It was glorious to see with Ozzy Ardile sitting in the heart of midfield, being the metronome those days. And then we had the creative juices of Waddle as well. That was a hell of a team, no? Yeah, I grew up watching Spurs. Yeah, it was a fantastic, fantastic team. It's good. One thing though, I saw the fella do the simulation with Joey Go Smash, and my strikers got 70 plus goals. So like, okay, that's not too bad. It's in the ballpark. It's about 70 to 80 goals one season. With Joey Go Smash, the lone striker can get up to 80 goals. Yeah. But the average is going to be between 65 to 80 goals, depending on the quality of your players in the rest of the positions, because your fullbacks are to be very good feeders. They're not too bad. We're seeing Tottenham Hotspurs having a few issues against this United attack, but the tempo is too high at the moment, but we'll see. Yeah, Spurs were one of the best. In fact, I think at that time in England, right, they were the best team to watch. Everybody was watching Spurs, including a rival. I was watching it as well. I thought they were the best team to watch. Sesko through the middle, but he could not find the back of the net. So he's finishing, lay him down. That was a good position to be in. Set pieces and corners. Like I said, if whatever worked for you really well on Football Manager 24 is going to work for you on FM26. Because it's match engine, right? It's just, for us all, it's just going to be, how do we translate? Look at that, man. Amad Diallo. Hard tackling in front. That's how you get it. This is the reason why I have hard tackling, time marking, aggression. Because they all kick in. Our boy went in and just took the ball off them, man. They were the Harlem Globetrotters of England. They were the Globetrotters, man. They were a joy to behold. They had such a good team. And it wasn't surprising that they had that quality around that in that team. Was definitely something everybody. I mean, I know I grew up watching them. Man. I was Ardile's favorite. And Ardiles was that mercurial kind of player. You don't see a big, he's not loud, he's not brash. He's just that mercurial looking player that when he's on the ball, you know magic is happening. That was a classic Tottenham Hotspur. And it's one of the reasons why when I think of Tottenham Hotspur, I think of those years. The only other manager that made me feel close to that was actually Harry Redknapp. That's the closest anyone ever came. I mean, Harry Redknapp was more attacking, structured, and functional. So you didn't see that kind of wow. It was Gareth Bale that made him look good. But that Tottenham Hotspur team with David Pleat, man, or the Ardiles, Waddle, you know how good that team was? That team was good. We'll also do the Arrigo Sacchi in there. And then you'll find a common theme in the replications, because you'll see that a lot of teams, because I've also done the replications in such a way that I break down in possession, out of possession phases, which is possible, right? Because we've got information on that. We've had information on that since the cows started roaming planet football. It's not like it's a secret thing. It's not like they all do it now. They also had out of possession formations back in 1960. Okay, Nicky van der Ven with a thunderbolt of a shot. At this point, right, when it's a throw in, there's nothing you can do. It's a match engine unto itself. What can you do? It follows this set sequence of patterns that do not. The only thing that you can do is before the match, if you're worried, you want defensive throw-ins. That's it. So I rule it out. I've always felt that throw-ins, firstly, there aren't enough. Look, are there enough throw-ins in the game of Football Manager? We'd never know that for a fact. Yeah, I think there should be more. I mean, I don't even think there's enough stoppage in the game. They should actually do all that stuff for us, give us the real data, like how many actual minutes did we play for. Most of the time it's about 70 minutes in real life, no? But the stoppages is only like 10 minutes. The tactic isn't bad. Now, I would make one or two changes, okay, because of I like what you've done is a direct attacking tactic. Won't change too much because there's a reason behind it. This is a system that's meant to hit teams on the break. Okay, so the reason why we didn't do so well is because our DM isn't the fastest in the world. Okay, so this DM, we put this guy in for a reason, right? He's not the fastest in the world. Okay, other than that, I don't think you should be changing too much in this tactic. I like the fact that you have a little build-out pattern on the left, but you need to focus on the right. I mean, when you do a focus on the right with the underlap, what you're basically doing, if it's your intention to make him check his runs, then do that. I would have thought the more natural thing would to do it here. Because then they check their runs and he attacks the space. These two attack the space. Because when you do the underlap on the right side, you're basically telling this guy to check his run to look for him. But you got round out, why would you do that? So my only thing I would change in this tactic, right, is probably to do it like this. That's it. The only thing. Yeah, tempo is up to you lah. I don't know tempo attacking with. I rather have a narrow attacking with, so I don't get so many crosses. Yeah, this was a cross heavy tactic. So you want less, then just drop it. Okay, so that's why I will do it. Hey, this is your tactic lah, Kimpy. Not your tactic, my foot. You submitted this tactic. Hey, Bagaskara, how are you, man? Yeah, it's your tactic. Yeah, Kimpik Moni. There we go. 3 question mark. From who? I see the name there. Kimpik Moni. Fam 2. Oh, by touch, I mean tweaking. Yeah, there's not. I wanted you to see what I meant. I didn't say. Look, I don't need to change it. If I don't need to change a tactic very much, I don't normally. Yeah. I know that we won't lose, but we won't get enough attacking bite out of it. No lah, if I tweak your tactic, I'll probably submit it to another website to get them to review it, and they might think, wow, why you take this guy's tactic? Huh? Like the guy did with my tactic. Have you watched the FM26 match day? What do you think about it? It's not. Hey, Bagaskara, until today, I don't really cotton on. I don't really I don't put too much weight in trailers and teasers. Yeah, I don't. I think if you do, then nice to know, but thank you very much. Until I have the game in my hands, I'm the kind of person. So I wouldn't be too. It looks interesting, but it looks like yeah. Well, the best way to put it. I don't know. How do I put this nicely? We're thinking on a nice way of saying it. Notice how long I took? Okay, so you can read between the lines. All right, so pop against Taki, step up more, sitting up high up the pitch. Very attacking tactic. Good. This has to be. Right defense, pass into space, that's fine. No, play out defense, you draw them in and you're going to hit them on the break. You better make sure the guys on the flanks can pass the ball. By your fairly wide, okay, 50-50, that's good. You need you cannot play narrow. So these guys are the ones that are doing the delivery. Here, shorter passing, maybe go more direct. That's what I'll do. I'll probably set this to more direct. That's what I'll do. Because you want the ball to go from back to front really fast. This one I'll change to an advance forward. This one I'll change to a target forward. This tactic cannot be played with all these tiki-taka kind of fellas. Don't call them play forward. Let's do a dance in the final third. No. You want them to go out there and get to work immediately. Whoever that guy is, I wish you the best of luck. So for me, I think that when I saw the matchday experience, I mean, for me, I had a lot of questions. I did a video. You should go watch the video. FN26, why it scares me. Go watch the video if you haven't seen it yet. I already explained the video how I feel. Yeah. I have already explained. I already got my question. I got more questions than answers for you. Yeah. I got questions like, hey, you mean to say the mentality with tempo, creative freedom, what else is there? Creative freedom, mentality with tempo, line, defensive line, all going to be affected by mentality. But there's only one mentality setting. So in possession, out of possession, same setting. Right? It's the same setting, right? Duh. So all we do is we do positional play thingy magic, is it? With the roles, and then move them into their positional play, because it's basically positional play, right? That's what it is. So yeah, I got a lot of questions. So they didn't answer the question. So there are a lot of things as I didn't say in the matchday experience. A lot of things the developers didn't say. All they say was, oh, now it's going to be interesting because what the community wanted. It's more like, you guys wanted this, we give you this. It's going to allow you to set up your defensive shades because apparently everybody doesn't know how to defend. That's it. So, see the dribble. It's too early lah, Bagaskara. Whatever you see on the video, right? My experience has been, look, I can give you a video that shows you the worst things about Football Manager, and then if I took all the worst bits of Football Manager and I did a video, I'm curating content to influence the way you think. That's what a trailer does. That's what a teaser is supposed to do. It's supposed to curate the best pieces to give you the best impression. That's it. You should be asking yourself the question, was it so easy for him to get down the flanks? The real question is that we already can do haram ball. I did it with my tactics. I did low block for the entire season and nobody said it was haram ball to me, I did haram ball for one whole season. I played haram ball where I played a low block with a high defensive line and none of you picked that up. That's what you do. You want to play a haram ball, our man's tactical system. What's his name? Bodala's system, right? Same principle. Yeah. Low block, high defensive line. High tempo. Boom! Got an equalizer. Haraba also focus on set pieces. That's nothing. You just keep doing that. Yeah, that's standard. Yeah. Very. Not haram enough. Sorry, then you should go out and do it yourself. Yeah. That's as close as we can get because you need to replicate the statistics. Yeah, the statistics. I did the show with you guys, right? So you need to replicate the statistics, which means that you have to have the most fouls in the league as well. So that's what you have to aim for. You have to aim for the most fouls, and the lowest OPPDA. Yeah, opposition passes per defensive action. So you got to be sitting in your half. Consider now. Go waiting for the 45th minute before I make my changes. I need to make changes to this tactic because of the transitions. They're not fast enough. We're spending too much time defending. You can also see from the heat map where we are. We're in our half most of the time. That's the downside about playing these back five systems. Oh my goodness, he missed the chance. It's not bad. Back fives can work. I think on the whole they can, but had a fair bit of work. Is it much different from Simeone? Simeone is different this season. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, my guide will when my guide comes out when I do when it's up. Yeah, I explained it all in the guide. Simeone is not playing the same system. People seem to think like Atletico Madrid did 10 years ago. This year, his tactics are very different. He pushes higher up. He does a bit of everything now in his tactic. And then people like Guardiola is different as well. Like he got mid block as well in his system. Even though his plays high, he lets teams come out a bit more. Yeah, everyone is adapting now. Okay, let's change this. No, it's not just park the bus. No. I see this is the thing, Kimpi. You're getting Bordala's style all wrong. His style is not park the bus. That's where the people make the mistake. He is not playing park the bus. This is one of the reasons why some analysts are pointing out to be one of the smarter managers out there. He doesn't park the bus. That's a common mistake. Bordala's strategy is not to park the bus. His strategy is to win the ball, okay? All right, in midfield itself, not sit in the own half and let them come to us, we'll do it. No, it's in midfield. He does a mid block, and what he does is he has a very compact midfield. So he wants the opposition to go to the flanks. When they go to the flanks, the midfielder and the fullback go hide, because they cannot come through the center, because that's where he packs the center. So he wants them to go a certain way. When they lose the ball, they can do a quick transition from the flanks with a vertical attack and go in straight away. And this is the reason why they got the most fouls, because they are brutal in midfield. They are absolutely brutal. They're merciless in midfield. They'll take body check. They do all kinds of physicality, which is the reason why some teams don't like playing against them. They do not park the bus. Park the bus means I see in my half, I don't do anything. So no, they're definitely not parking the bus. So that's a common mistake people make with they think that Bordalas is just. Why do you think Bordalas? They are so. He's got fans. No, he's got a lot of fans in the analysts. Among the analysts, some of them are calling him a genius, man. Because what he has done is he has shown how weaker teams with character, with the hard work ethic, can take on the big boys. So a lot of clubs are following his model right now. Okay, so we're going to take these guys off. We're going to bring Diego Dallo on. We're going to turn this guy into like a proper wingback, so we don't have to worry about whether he goes in and out. Okay, and then we are going to look at your mentality, jack it all the way up to attacking. We're also going to get these guys to be higher up the pitch. We are going to run a defense and pass into space. Okay, that's it. We're making one fundamental change. No, Nottingham Forest. How to lose your... I don't know. No, I won't do this year. You can actually do this tactic in a lot of ways. It's how you use I don't like to put one DM down. No, there's so many ways to play this pair. You can do this like Volante on support as well. They go up together. Then they split. You got a 5. You can play DMs. You can play CMs as well. There are a few roles. But double Volante or one Volante attack, no point. No. But the moment you start thinking of increasing the mentality, then you think about these guys, they have to start coming up. No, like everybody using, I don't know why they all using the term haram ball also. Yeah, shouldn't I won't say. Cannot just use the word haram like that. Okay, so now we got a measure of control back in the game, right? Which is what we wanted. This is because our volantes are now moving up with the focus, and then our overlap and push our wingbacks high up the pitch. Now remember, right, you're using wingbacks, narrow system like that with the width that you set, you're bound to see a lot of crosses. So if you're not happy, I'm getting too many crosses, then don't play narrow. I don't play normal width. Right. And this kind of tactics, they do all that. If you don't want to see a lot of crosses, right, then you play wing backs, ask them to sit narrow cut inside. Then they will come inside and they'll play the passes. But then, what's the point? This is the strength of your tactic. Those wing backs marauding the flanks. You're going to have to utilize it. So if I were playing this kind of a tactic, even on any version of Football Manager, I will never play on positive mentality. Because I need those wing backs to be the source of threat. And the only way they are a source of threat is by artificially inflating their starting position by adding overlap and playing it on attacking mentality. The moment you play it on any other mentality, you won't be like this. You won't be attacking them like, tearing them apart. It's a risk, I know, but this is the only way to play this kind of systems. Once you've taken the lead, maybe go 5-2-2-1. Yeah. This is a strong system. The strength in this system. So like I say, I've taken the lead, right? And I go like, okay, I don't want to see it. I don't want to work so hard anymore. Then do this. Shut a team up. That's it. Now you're shutting teams up. Now you've taken their midfield, right? And thrown it away. Because now they cannot pass their midfielders. Unless your players screw up the passer. Yeah, misusing Aram is Aram, correct. Cannot use the word just like that. It's quite bad. I know some people use the word like a joke, but I shouldn't. Yeah. Okay, so we've seen that. So this is my suggestion to you. If you want to play this back five systems, overlap, play on attacking mentality. Remove the one volante on attack thing. Have them both on support. And your tactic will be fine. Complete wingback on the right, ditch him, go for the wingback. Wingback is going to be cleaner. You want them to play inside, passes more, then ask them to cut inside and sit narrow with the ball. Doesn't matter if you're using overlaps. Yeah. Alfred, how are you, man? Oh man, it should have done that. We just don't add people to Discord just like that. Yeah. Our Discord is a very close family affair. Okay, look at that. It's done. We turned the tactic around and look at that. We were trailing to Bournemouth and we just reminded Bournemouth what it feels like to get slapped around by a back five. This is how you play back five systems. Back five systems cannot be played on any other mentality except for attacking. That's it. The same will hold for every single version of Football Manager until they change the match engine. Until they rewrite the match engine. Because this is the most ridiculous thing about Football Manager is its interpreting how the match engine renders back five system, especially those countries that have got a lot of back five systems like Italy, right? You go to Italian clubs, right? Any Italian, I think a lot of I've read so many comments from Italians who are Football Manager fans, tactical. They know their tactics and they are so annoyed when they play Football Manager because the wingbacks are not attacking the box. And I was the one that mentioned to them the only way the wingbacks will attack the box early is if you do this. This is the only way you can do it. This way the wingbacks become look at where my wingbacks are in the setup here. This is how high, you can't see it because my camera is in the way. There we go. See the wingbacks here? This is how high. Look at where they are. This is where you want the wingbacks to be. You need them just behind the strikers. Their average positions are so high now. And the only way that can happen in the game of Football Manager is with the overlap and attacking mentality. Do anything else and they'll be lower. And you can't afford them to be behind that line. Because if they are behind the line, they're not going to give you the attacking width that you need to make back five systems very potent. Yeah. They can be very potent. They can be, but those wingbacks, and then everybody's like averse to playing on attacking mentality. Play on attacking mentality. That's it. Don't worry. It's already such a bottom heavy system. I have this funny feeling that part of the calculations in the match engine have got with risk, right? And I have no way of proving it. The only way I can prove it is to run simulations for like 10 seasons, because that's what I used to do last time. Okay, so to prove something, I have to run it for 10 years, see a pattern, and come to a conclusion. I don't do that anymore because I'm too old for that Mickey Mouse shit. I got a life. Okay, so what I suspect is happening is the game is looking at the number of players you have in the defensive and the midfield tier. And because of that, and the number of defenders you might have, right? So because of that, it probably looks at that and then gives you the likelihood chance of winning. I don't know. I don't know how the calculations are. There must be something that tilts the EU into a unfavorable situation based on your attacking setup, because it has got 7 players in your half, 8 actually, if you count the keeper, right? So how do you get them out of your half? Overlap increases mentality, therefore increases risk. Increasing mentality is increasing risk. So that would shift their starting, because all I have to do is shift their starting positions, and that's how they start playing so well. So that's a one thing lah. How do you even sim for 10 seasons? Yeah, you cry lah. Basically, what you need, Zaffron, is you have to make your manager unsackable. Okay. Then you have to go and get the players, and then you've got to at that time frame, right? You got to freeze their attributes, meaning they don't grow anymore. So that those attributes stay frozen, right? So once they freeze the attributes using the in-game, the pre-game editor or in-game editor, you freeze the attributes and then you sim. Then you sim, okay? Because now you can sim the tactic, right? So you sim the save for 10 seasons, you make yourself unsackable as well. Then you just come back. But the problem is every season you have to come back in. Yeah. And then you gotta not let the players go, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. You gotta keep coming back into the save. You gotta check to see something is not happening. How about underlaps like we best? Yeah, you can use underlaps as well. But then you use underlaps, then they're passing inside. But this tactic, the strength is the wing back. So why would you want to give the ball back inside? Because they might be congested, especially if they're playing against 2 midfielders, right? So what you want is the ball to go outside. Which formation is best for 3-1-6 and create on later? I've done so many 3-1-6s already. The best formation for 3-1-6 is the Joey Go Smash. Yeah, that's the best, right, currently. The 4-1-4-1. It gives you 3-1 and then it gives you 6 in attacks already. That's the best. If you want, it's in the folder for download. No? Yeah, I've been using that for like a while already on this show, Eric. All right, I like that because that is the only one that gives you downright or puts pressure on the opposition from the very moment they touch the ball. So teams cannot play our defense in the tactic. They play our defense, they get into trouble because my entire 4 in the EM tier and the striker are going to jump on them. So they're forced to kick the ball, right? That's when the roaming playmaker picks up all the balls. Underlaps, I saw the question, Midoriya. You can use underlaps. You can. But like I said, if you use underlaps, you got to know what tactic system you're playing. Because if you're playing against a 2 and another one with a 1, that means like a 4-2-3-1, then you are playing into the hands of the opposition, right? Your strength are wingbacks in this tactic. So you have to play to your strengths, not play to neutralize your own strengths. Because if you got wingbacks, and the wingbacks are the ones that are going to have the space to attack players. They're going to be playing high up the pitch. And because you also have centrally placed players that can lead you to bring the ball up really quickly, you want the ball to go in and out really quickly. So wingbacks this one, the best setup is actually normal width, not on narrow. Narrow width with underlap, you're going to pass the ball back inside. Looking for inside runs. What happens if you're playing against a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3? You can't go inside already because it's too congested for your players. They're just going to run into traffic. Players are going to pass. Yeah, so you have to know. You have to look at it situationally. Joey Go Smash is 136. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say out loud earlier. Yeah, 316 is different. Sorry, Joey Go Smash. I'm sorry. Joey Go Smash is 136. Yeah, everybody's right. They all corrected me. Yeah, my tactic is 136. So you want to do a 316. That's kind of 316. 316. Again, same thing, diamond pivot. Libero, inverted fullback, ball playing defender, 316. 6, you put then you put Mazzala, or you can play Mazzala in midfield in a 4. Okay, and then you still got your 2 strikers. Yeah, what was it again? The England tactic. My England tactic, yeah, is in the folder as well. The England tactic that goes into a 316. Yeah, I already did the link, man. Today is going to be a shorter stream. Yeah, so the link's already up on earlier. We won't be around for long, man. See, what am I doing here? What was I looking for? Oh, the next tactic. Sorry, we were there already, you know. Because I've got to go and carry on with the exercise. How many tactics you guys submitted? Quite a lot, no? 14 tactics or replication. I've got to do all of them. Yeah, a lot of work. And it's okay, that won't be so difficult. The way I do it nowadays, a bit faster already. In fact, you can probably ask me on stream, you want to replicate this tactic, I probably can. I got a workflow now that makes it possible for me to do it on stream as well. Yeah. But it requires me to actually check something as well while I'm doing your stuff. So we did, hold on, we did this, right? We did a lot of similar tactics. Like Matty, I pick one. And then Paris, Spurs fan, I'll pick one as well. Okay. Whose tactic is this? FA, what's this? This is FAM. Whose tactic is FAM? Oh, Paris, this is your tactic. Okay. All right, Foxes, I'll take Ini, Mini, Mini, Mo, Catch the Tiger by the Toe. One version 8A, version 8A. They're the same tactic. Yeah. Winger attack, ball winning. Okay, nice. Poor man's 4-2-3-1. Nice. Oh, this is your one of your off OOP shapes for Football Manager 26. If you are playing a 4-2-3-1 in Football Manager, this will be your OOP, out of possession shape. So in possession now, he's got a winger here. Because Football Manager, right, you start with your OOP shape. Like if you're playing now, this is your OOP. Your in possession is actually, these guys are here. Yeah, so it's a 4. This is in possession 4-2-3-1. Out of possession is a 4-4-1. That's all it is. Okay, so we go next. So chances are when things like FM26 lands, right, you guys are probably going to go, what are the out of possession shapes? You probably, my advice is there's only going to be 3 that you're going to work on. 4-4-2 DM, the 2 double DMs. 4-4-2 flat, that one that you just saw. The 4-2-2-1-1. Okay, so basically, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so this is going to be another out of possession shape, right? Makes sense, right? This is all out of possession. This is how teams actually line up, right, in real life. Okay, so they go like this. You can also have something like this, right? Then you can have the regular 4-4-2. Then you can have the one more with players here. And then that's it. I have got a theory in my head, but I'm waiting for the advanced access to kick in. I've got one tactical idea that I think might be quite interesting. Yeah, so I'll wait for the game to come. Someone know how? Okay. Someone knowing if there's a way to get the Conference League in FM20 from season. You from season 1. FM20, as in you start the game FM20, you want that save to be used in FM24. Oh, that is definitely, you can't do that right now. You'd have to create a custom file. And you got to go to the SI forums and you got to talk to somebody on the SI forums, like editors, whether they can do that for you. There's no other way. You have to use a pre-game editor, not even the in-game editor. You use a pre-game editor, you got to build the whole thing and then you got to export it. But I'm not sure, man. We've got a lot of work, yeah. I think it should be possible, but I think it's a fair bit of work. So we backfire using overlaps, using narrow width. Yep, correct. Normal width, underlaps. No, with overlaps, wide. Both, no. Midoriya, when you have a back five, you always play overlap. If you need your wing backs to be the primary source of threat. Okay, this is a very simple way of me putting it. If you play a back five and you want or need your wing backs to be the primary source of threat, that could happen because you're playing against a system that's got a lot of midfielders in the center. You have to go around them. Then you are playing on normal width. If you have a tactic like a 4-4-2 that you're facing, right? And you know you can go through the middle because you have the numbers to go through the middle, right? Then you can play normal width with underlaps. That way you can pass the ball through the center or go down the flanks. If you want to prioritize just going through the middle, then you go narrower. That's it. So that's the settings. Yeah. You just like FM20 so much? My goodness. FM20. Wow. You like the players in FM20, Akapak? Wow, that's interesting. Wow, that's a long time ago, right? FM20 players. Then Cristiano Ronaldo speak, Harry said Rooney wasn't there. FM20, 20, no, definitely not even Ronaldo. Ronaldo was there with Messi, but that was like Zlatan's last few years, maybe. No, not even then. I think left already by then. Yeah. 4 years to the Totomatic, okay. It's a beautiful number. I got a beautiful number. It's called 60. It's called 60. I'm turning 60 in January. Yeah. Coming. I'm going to probably do a birthday party on Twitch. Yeah. I'm going to be 60 years old. I'm going to be a 60-year-old football manager content creator on Twitch and YouTube. So I'm planning to have a birthday party. I wouldn't say that. Why? 60, baby. Beautiful. I've done it all. Yeah, I can go through life. Hey, you need to work? Yeah, right. You gotta, my boss call, I gotta be in the office by 2 o'clock. I have to come back to the office. Okay. I have to do a birthday history, right? You don't look 60? You lie. I am 60 years old. I'm not lying. I am. A lot of people know. Look, I take after my mother. Yeah. My mother had incredibly youthful looks. In fact, when she was 70, people thought she was 50. Yeah. All right, so you got the setup right, but what's happening in this tactic is because it's a 4-4-1-1, right? You got this guy hanging this guy. So you're most likely in possession. Yeah, that's what I thought. You're very narrow. You're looking to go through the middle. Playing this tempo, running at a defense, you're going to have issues with this tactic. Yeah, this is what we call a low. You have to defend with this tactic a lot more. Yeah. Because your tactic is not high pressing tactic because you don't have players high press. These two only. So what high block you got? You're better off playing a mid block. You're better off making your tactic as compact as possible and trying to win the ball in the center. Yeah. Because you gotta remember your strikers are the ones that trigger the block. Man. So every time now you're playing so high up the pitch, right? What's happening is you have to remember defensive line also affects how high up the pitch your backline goes. Yeah. Sweet 60, I'm a young punk. Yeah, I'm a young punk. I got all the injuries to show for it. All the pills I have to take as I'm growing older. Actually, I'm remarkably, my life, right? Do you know I don't take any supplements? My only supplement is vitamin D from the sun and running around. Yeah, I run around quite a fair bit. So I don't take supplements. I don't even have to take all those like pills my friends are taking. Like my friends are taking all these thinners, blood thinners, low cholesterol, high cholesterol, stop the heart, start the heart. I every time I go out for dinner with my friends, before the dinner meal, they're popping pills. Like for some, they all look like they could start a pharmacy, man. Gorans, have you ever asked ChatGPT for this game? What do you mean, ask for this game? Yeah, my supplements are turmeric and spicy coffee. You got that right, man. Keep pick money. Maximo is almost 41, 42. My dad is older than you. 3 years. Kulos bananos. Wow, your dad had you very young. Wow, he's teens, man. Come from a young family. That's fun. No, your dad is not very far apart from you in terms of age. You guys can play tennis together, go and have a golf game together. That's so cool. Huh? I had the same. I was lucky in that sense with my dad as well. Yeah. Okay, we're waiting. I'm waiting to make changes. I'm not allowed to make any changes at the halftime, right? Okay, so that's the thing. We have to. We're getting clobbered by Liverpool, man. At Old Trafford. We can't let that happen. Damn shite. The bloody Reds. How dare you come here and score goals with Chiesa running all the way back and Onana. Horrible team. They got a halfback register. AP. All right, we're gonna make a few changes to this tactic. First up, we're gonna drop the drop this. I'm not going through the middle all the way. I'm gonna use the width and pass into space. Underlap, I know. We're gonna go to transition. We are definitely OP here. Okay. We're gonna go mid block and squeeze this. Prevent shot goalkeeper. Gonna step up more. Get stuck in. All right. We're not gonna play balance. We're gonna keep the passing a bit shorter. Now I'm gonna look at your PIs. Sit narrow guy inside the ball. This assumes he'll be able to run. We're gonna have you play on support. Poacher. This only works if the team can get up the pitch. This way, and I'm gonna again in this game we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna go advance forward. For this game, we're already 2 goals down. No point. And then we're gonna turn it into NCD. This is because of this match only. Alright. I'm trailing by 2 goals. I want to come back into the game. So I've got this guy trying to break away. Now the question is, these guys are marking tighter, trigger press a bit more on the flanks. We want to force them to work a bit harder on the flanks. This guy will help him chop. This guy as well. So these guys, these 3 are gonna get involved. Okay, this we're not gonna touch these 2. Okay, done. Okay, let's go. So I'm hoping that this group is the one that does all the hard work. Look, we got the ball. Even the kickoff is the only time I will be able to say that. We got the ball. Damn, that's over. Well, it's interesting. I found out everything is so calculated this game. I mean, I'm so fascinated by the complexity of the game. Yeah, but you asked about ChatGPT. Yeah, I didn't understand the question. I mean, do I use ChatGPT? Nah, this game is quite simple. It's a rudimentary match engine. It's not even complicated. It's like uses attributes to influence the positioning, and then you got certain attributes that drive the game more than others. Physical attributes seem to drive this game a lot, like acceleration, work rate, and stamina. Then ultimately, it's like playing chess, as in where do you control the space and recognizing what you're playing against. So if you're playing against another formation, you got to recognize what your formation can do. So what I've done is this. See that? So we got a lot more compact. So we want to reduce the space. We're also playing step up more so that we are going to try and catch them in the offside trap. Because just now we were here doing that, right? But we didn't have use offside trap, so they kept going through us. So now they have to go. Then they're gonna have to try and go down the flanks. I'm hoping this works. Yeah. There we go. That's why you see that what we just did. This is what I wanted. This is Jorge Bordalas taught me this. Mr. Bordalas. This is from Mr. Bordalas' school of being anti-football. If you wanted to replicate Gaddafi, this is what you have to pay attention to. Like when the ball goes here, you need him to jump straight on top of him. You need him to come, boom, sandwich him straight away. Because you don't want him to come inside with the pass. Right? So every time this is the only place you want them to pass the ball. Right? You gotta keep them here, passing the ball. Go. Bang, again sandwiched. Again, then we read the play. That is Bordalas. Okay? But that is why some analysts are calling Bordalas brilliant. Because this is how underdog teams beat top sides. You ask, for example, I'm asking, can I win with the last team of the league? It says it's possible if you calculate everything perfectly. Yeah, like, you can ask my chat GPT. I got AI chat in the chat. You can ask the chat the same thing. Joey underscore BTN is a lot more friendlier. You can ask him. Ask it. Underscore Joey underscore BTN is my chatbot. He's also an AI chatbot. You can ask him questions about Football Manager. The thing is this, right? What I think about Football Manager and AI, right? I found that the AI is not in a position to advise you on tactics. However, you can use the AI for research to help you understand tactical systems in the real world. Yeah. This got another one. What can I do? That's how I use AI. Because the AI is really good at farming content from around the world. But then you also have to be good at screening the content yourself, because you can't just ask the AI. Because I always found that the first response from the AI is never good enough. You have to work and get more. Yeah, you gotta ask him more questions. You gotta know what you're looking for. That's the problem. If you don't know what you're looking for, then AI is not for you. Yeah, you can't go to the AI. You need to know what you want. And you need to be able to recognize whether or not the information is the right information for you. So that means you have to already know the answer or some of the answer in your head. Yeah. Because otherwise, what AI does for you is it just feeds the narrative. Because, for a long time, I actually spent some time correcting the AI about Football Manager because it kept giving the wrong information. Then I challenged the AI a few times. I did it on the stream a few times, and I challenged the AI. I say, how is it possible when this is this? Then they say, if this works like this, this works like this. I gave it references to the SI forums, developer posts. Bang, bang, bang. He went to check. Then he came back and says, yeah, I'm sorry. I got all the information wrong. Boom. So it's important to recognize that AI can help you, but yeah, you cannot allow yourself to be gaslit. This tactic can't work for us. Yeah, it's an OOP system. It's not even an attacking system because we got nothing to offer in attack. Yeah, against a 4-2, because we are playing against an attacking version of the 4-2-3-1. So we're playing defend football all the way. We tried our best, we couldn't, and we got these two guys running forward all the time. So for me, against this team, maybe we'll go. Ask. No, good. It's always good to be curious. Yeah, don't take my word for it. Go find out yourself. Never ever accept content creators' word for gospel truth. We at least got one goal. We didn't leave. They didn't leave Old Trafford with all the points. We made a change. Our tactic, I know, can work, right? But I think it was a bit of a steep hill to climb. But I would do it this way if I was playing the system against a good team, like winger attack, or white midfielder attack, white midfielder attack. Then I probably get a more balanced setup where I can attack them and make myself compact. And you're playing with a 4-4-1-1, chances are you are playing a mid block. You're not playing anything else but a mid block. Don't play high because you ask for trouble. But a mid block will get you results. The 4-4-1-1 can only be played on a mid block. Of course, against weaker opposition, you can play high block. But if you've got really good teams, right, then go for the high block setup. But if you are an average team playing against the rest of the competition, step up more. Mid block, high defensive line, and either winger attack or white midfielder on attack. If you need more defending, then white midfielders on attack. So that when you win the ball back, right, they break out to support play the attacks. And then do what I did earlier, which is a trigger press on the sides, so that you try and force the opposition to play there. So that's how I would set this one up. It's good, no? I like this. This is actually not a bad system. Okay, so next tactic. I think you suggested something, right? Which one is it? I got two total matties. I don't know which one I'm gonna take. I got Ini, Mini, Mini, Mo. All both the same. Yeah, they're both the same. I'm watching myself. Ooh, enough is enough. Okay. Okay. So we got these tactics from Discord, right? Okay. I got this Totomati. It's both the same. Okay. Okay, we got a diamond. Next match. I got this. And public, we got how many tactics? We got already put in the things just now, right? Yeah, so we got this and this. Congratulations on making it through the door before the door quickly shut. That was fast, man. The moment you heard me say, I'm not taking tactics, after this, boom, the two tactics showed up through the door. They went he made it through the door, man. This is like fantastic. Okay, so this tactic is an interesting setup. It's a very interesting setup. Will this work in FM26? Possible? In fact, if I was playing Football Manager 26, right, I'll keep this shit for in and out of position. Because it's quite solid both ways. In and out. Yeah. Because you already got a defensive shape here, which is your diamond, right? Okay, this is your diamond. Okay. So these guys are going to give you the width, and these two guys are going to be running the channel. So what I want from these two is move in the channels, correct? Not roam. Take out the roam. Take out the roam. You don't want them roaming. What you want them is to do this little hops, like here and here. You don't want them to go like, oh, maybe I want to come here. Maybe someday I'll come here. Maybe you and I will switch positions, that kind of thing. You don't want that. You want them to just do lateral moves. So I think the only instruction you should use there is move into channels, not roam from position. You want some discipline in the movement. Because the roam, basically no discipline. I mean, that's basically it. All right, let's go. Let's see more. Manchester United are third on the table. We're chasing the Champions League. With your tactics, man. Every day they change tactics. Ruben Amorim should be watching the show. This is what we can do with the United team. Okay. All right. See, this is what I call your diamond, right? Okay. Because if you're two, you got your passing triangles here as well. So these are the only difference here is because you don't use the libero. Now, my preferred diamond pivot is with the libero because that means this guy moves up the pitch. He does not move up the pitch. He stays there. So this means that the way the ball is going to move up is through these two guys, which is the reason why we want them to be channel runners. Our width cannot be very wide. If our width becomes very wide, the ball always goes to him first or him first. We want the ball to come back to him because this guy is the metronome in the system. Through him, a lot of passes are going to happen. So we got to make sure that these guys are good on the ball. They are critical to this system having attacking threat. See what I mean? These guys are the metronome. They are the ones linking up play, getting the defensive wingers into play. The only person that's the idiot is the defensive winger. Another other thing is these two. Do they have to be looking at making things so complicated? You've got this really complicated setup, a complete 4 a.m., which means that when you get up the pitch after all that effort, right? You still got two other guys going, hey, you know what? Let's try and jazz it up. Maybe I'll drop off for a while. Somebody can come in. Okay. If you want to do that, you better have a good team. If you don't have a good team, safer option will be playing a pressing forward with maybe a shadow striker. Keep it simple. Yeah. Or AM on support just to link up play. Then that means that when you get to the final third, you have to be moving a team patiently to create goal scoring patterns. So for me, it's AP just for one striker seems to be a waste unless you're so good you can camp. Otherwise, you just go pressing for a shadow striker. Have a 2-striker combination. That's it. Keep it simple. But it's not a bad tactic. I mean, if you have a good team, AP, and then complete forward, then you can go camping all day long, right? Yeah. So if you're like AP, you can go camping if your players are good. Like we are doing okay against Burnley. So their metronomes are critical in this system. Look at this AM on support. He's the one linking up play. Yeah, so AM is the one linking up play here. Like he's got this nice shape, the diamond shape. And he's got a diamond in defense. So he's got diamond in mid attack. Very nice. And his defensive wingers give him the mobile diamond. So when he brings the ball up and down the pitch, he has got another diamond on the flanks. This is diamonds are forever. Come on, man. This is great. Huh? Okay, not doing badly. Mazraoui has... Oh, that was terrible. I like the fact that you went for CMs. I like that. That's a good role. Because all you have to do is just put one move into channels and you're sorted. Okay, you just need him to do the vertical, the horizontal movements. Yeah, comfortable. See, it's a very out of possession shape, right? Pretty hard for them to break you down. There we go. Again. It's pretty solid, no, defensively, this tactic. It's a question of whether you can get the ball to the defensive winger. That's why these CMs are very important. They are the most important players in your tactic. So if you get like players who go good on the ball, they got good off the ball, those are the ones you want. Yeah. I'm not going to change it too much. I'm going to try it with the Shadow Striker. But then I lose that link with the two channel midfielders. Yeah. Because these two are playing the channels, right? So they're like more like channel midfielders at the moment. So these are playing in the channel. So this guy is attacking. So we'll just go Shadow Striker, see what happens. And then we'll just change this guy to a pressing for an attack. Yeah. I think that your tactic works right now. I'm just doing different things to see whether I break it. Nice. Look at that. So easy for them to win the ball. Yeah, we're in the half, baby. We're in the half. Oh, lovely. Oh, Mazraoui should have scored, man. Gonna make coffee. Leaves me alone and goes make coffee. Yeah lah. Maximovic is heading to the parlor to make coffee and didn't decide. No, doesn't want to make some for me. Dalo, ball in the air. It's Mazraoui. It's another goal. We know what's going to happen. It's coming. I like pressing for a Shadow Striker because now the two defenders got a headache. Because the one defender is going to have the pressing forward on him, right? And the Shadow Striker will be free to get in behind or be a nuisance to their DM. So the DM has got a mark, which puts a problem on the Mazala. Because now the Mazala has to do defending. Because you can bring the ball with the channel midfielders. We already know that, right? Now we're just increasing the goal threat, the options now for the channel midfielders. So your stars in this tactic are the channel midfielders. The two guys, the two CMs, third goal. So when you link it and you put the pressing forward on top of the defenders, the tactic will change. Because the complete forward, the problem with complete forward is he roams, holds up the ball. There's too much of this fancy, artsy nonsense going on with him. Yeah, complete forward is very overrated role in Football Manager. I always tell people, if you don't know what to do with your tactic, go put a complete forward. Because if you have no clue what's happening in your tactic, you might as well put a complete forward. Because then, it doesn't make a difference. You won't know what's going to happen anyway. So why bother? What a stop, man. The defender, who was this? Harry Maguire. Did you see that? The ball was coming in the air. And then look at that, right? He actually he went off the keeper, right? Yeah. But Maguire did enough to block. Put the other player off his stride. Come on, guys. Your tactics are looking good. The AI is changing. Let's swap our striker wingers around. The AI is in trouble, man. Look at this. This is the best shape in Football Manager, okay? Hands down the best shape. It is the best shape in the game. No other shape. This is the best defensive shape. You can achieve it so many variants. No? It's the reason why the guys who play back five systems get annoyed, because they know a person who makes a back five system knows that within that lies a lot of options. If I can get them high up the pitch, so because they're defensive wingers, they get high up the pitch, right? So they're here already. So all you need to these two guys to do is play the channels. That's it. Boom, in. Then he just has to put one, and this guy is in. Boom, another goal. He's offside. I can't be offside. See how easy it is when you just ask the central midfielder, just play the channel. So he's in the channel. Pressing forward. He's always going to be near the central defenders. They changed roles. Right? The AI is completely confused now. Now the AI, what the AI is doing is changing roles because it doesn't know what to do anymore. Just like the halfback, now it's changed to DM. It swapped these two guys around again. The 4-4-1-1 was unlucky because he faced Liverpool. I agree with that. Because I think the 4-4-1-1 also at the start was pitched for the good team, not for the average team. Yeah. So in this same United are not a good team. They're fairly average. But what happened was the setup for the 4-4-1-1 was for a better team. And I had to allow it to play for 45 minutes. Then when we changed the 4-4-1-1 into the mid-block, it changed. It was much better. Yeah. All right, we're going to have to change players. We're not lose Mr. Bruno Fernandes. We bring Xerxes on. Malasia can come here. Dogu can come here. I don't know. You come here, you come there. Okay, all right. Black Mojo King, welcome to the stream, man. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Oh, guys, thanks for the comments on my latest video. The one where I say FM26 scares me. Thank you very much. I enjoy all the feedback that I've gotten from that. It reinforces my view that, yes, you need a show like that to happen. Maybe. Talking about the state of the game. I think it's about time. What the just happened in my defense? This is a United team that they will just play like United whether you want them to or not, and you set it up for them and they still do a United thing. As I do, like, what is Mason Mount doing? Mason Mount basically came into the box and said, do you want to score? I'll bring the ball in for you and I'll just step away and you can do everything you want. Yeah, okay, that's it. Looking good. We've done our diamond pivot. There you go. Your diamond pivot looks good now. Look at that. 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at the shape. Watch it in 2D, okay, guys? That's what we wanted. This role supports these two guys. This guy supports these two guys. He has this link, and he's got this link. This guy links here. Very nice. Like, you're just gonna rip teams apart now with this tactic. It looks good. Yeah. So go in, if you have a system like that, if you want to play like this, is a good tactic. It's a good tactic. Scramjet worthy. 3-1. Scramjet was a 3-1. Scramjet was basically 3-1-3-3. Yeah. I'm still trying to make it work. Every year I'll go in there. I've got to get Scramjet back again. I'm definitely going to do it for FM 26. Yeah, I just didn't have time to look at it. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to do it now. I'm just going to build a system for the attacking phase and then worry about the defensive phase after that. But it's definitely doable. But this could be the defensive shape. Because we got these guys to help us defend the flanks, which is what's important. Not bad. Yeah. Very nice. Burnley had a better XG, right? It looks that way, right? But come inside here, let's look at the XG for Burnley. Okay. 0.1 is that? Yeah, 2 decent chance. 1 good chance. Okay, that's it, man. They actually 2 good chances, 1 decent chance. 3 good chances, 1 decent chance. Yeah, there are 3 good chances, 1 decent chance. We were... have you ever seen XG 0.00? Well, why put it in there? Okay, guys, this is the reason why I say there are issues with the Game Football Manager 24 when it comes to data. Yeah, 0.30, 0.16. Not so good. So we have 1 clear-cut chance. Yeah, why is it 0.00? Then why would a 0.00 be in that? That means you're measuring every single shot. That shot basically no XG. Don't know. I don't know how they calculate it. But never mind. Maybe they have a formula and a metric inside the house. Okay. All right. Matisse, delete. Leave the physio. Remember, we're not using the magic potion. No magic sponge a lot in this tactic. We got to play them all the way. I know you guys say, why did you transfer people, remove injuries? No, what's the point? We're changing tactics to see how well we can do. Right. So, okay. We're going to look at the first 2 only. All the rest, too bad. We probably don't have time for that. Yeah. We don't have time. We don't have much time. Okay. All right. Downloaded this already. Reason is because I got to work on getting your stuff done for you guys. I'm trying to do something for you guys. Hopefully I get it. I complete it. And once again on Discord, right, if there's a tactic you want replicated, I'm going to do the basic work first, and then hopefully I can get all of them done for FM26 after it comes out, of course. But I'll make the research available for anybody on Discord, right? So that means whatever I've written, I will share that with you guys. Whoever wants to make the tactics. Because it could be... I'm not saying I'm the best guy at this. No, you guys are already so good. It took me, I started the server in 2016. The goal was to, everybody who wants to craft their own beautiful tactics should have a place where they can do it. Yeah, and I'll help you guys out if I can, at least while I'm still around. And that was the goal. And I see a lot of you have come along, and I think some of you are making really good tactics. We thought, nah, so... You don't need me. I mean, now I just want to make sure that, I do the preliminaries. Now you can see how my workflow is like, right? So I'll do my workflow. I'll show you my workflow, as in what I pay attention to when it comes to the replication. So it's all written out very clearly. So things like what are the transitions I'm after, right? What attributes you look for a striker to finish well? Okay, I'll tell you one thing. Two strikers with the same attributes are not going to finish the same way. Right? They're not going to have the same results. So, while it's good to look at attributes, it's also important to look at your tactic. So, your tactic must, on average, produce like 0.3 XG, at least 2 of them, like 0.3 XG chances, at least 2 of them in the game, for you to firmly start saying it's your striker's fault. If your tactic is produces 0.17, there's like you're basically saying he's got a 17% chance of scoring. You know how low that is for a striker, because their conversion rate is about 20%. So you're looking at If the average striker's conversion rate is 20%, then your XG must be higher than 20% for you to start saying that the striker is not good enough, right? So you have to look at your tactic first. That's the first thing. Yeah. So attribute-wise, composure is important. Off the ball is important. Finishing is important, right? Then you got easy dealing with headers. Technique is important. So those are the attributes. And anticipation for tactics where you're breaking outside traps. But like I said, attributes are not the only thing. When people focus on attributes, which they will, everybody does it eventually. What happens is I quick pick 25,000 times, so Mason Mount is going to come out. You make a few errors when you do that. If you just fixate, again, they don't want to see. Oh yeah, look at submit team. Mason Mount can play. Back in training after gash upper leg, expect to return 1 to 2 days. This merciless, man. My staff. I don't care. We want Mason Mount to be playing. I'm like, dude. Okay, Mainu will play in front. Okay, so we got Xerxes, Seiko. I don't know, man. This is coming from somebody on Dear Lord. I'm like confused. I'm reading too many things here. There's a lot of PIs, man. PIs are a tendency to, they don't change the role. Do you still have these guys about your thought process on FM24? They're all there. I mean, like, they all been on Patreon for so long, yeah. I think they all, I've been writing all this, I've been doing, it's done to thank everybody who subscribes to the show and who's a patron of the channel, right? So, or a member on YouTube. So normally, once they go on Discord, it's all there, yeah. And this Libero coming up with this as forms of 2. This guy's going to go. There's going to be a big gap. Yeah, there's going to be. But it's worth it trying this out. I know this is top heavy. It can work. The guy running off. This guy running off. I bet you this is a high tempo. And it can only be played at highest tempo. Yep. Right. And then the OP is counter press and all the way. Yeah. I know why this tactic can work. It's because you're pushing everybody up the pitch and you're basically doing what I do with Joey Go Smash. You put the opposition under tremendous stress. But you're doing it with 3 strikers. I do it with 4 midfielders. So you have to play a high defensive line. I went with DLF because they play it back to goal. Yeah, they don't always play to back to goal. So if you have the trade plays it back to goal, you need that in this one setup. And this is the thing I don't like about this. Sometimes these kind of tactics, right? You see, you play our defense. They play our defense. Is like the moment I see that, I know I'm not doing enough pressure on the flanks. So you're always doing that. You see, you're waiting for a transition, right? The transition breaks down, then you got a goal scoring opportunity. So there we go, Malaysia. So it has to move the ball quickly. So you're looking at attacking mentality, pass into space, high tempo, and not short passing like that. You want the ball to go up the pitch quickly. Not the ball, by the time they cut in. I mean, this could be good if you are that's a sexy goal. No? Oh, only, sorry, it's a own goal. So you can keep the ball and move up the pitch. It can work. I'm saying it can work, but I'm interested to know, does it always work for you? That's the only thing, I have doubts. But I think, if you don't want, the only issues you have is like the flanker. On the flanks, that's the only issue left. Yeah, the center is not that much of a problem. I play 1 midfielder, so yeah. You don't need 2 midfielders in the center. Only needs 1. That's it. And the guys shift up already. Yeah, see, so it's not an issue. Again, this guy move into channels. That's what you want. This role, you have to pick a role that has got this. Move into channels. That's what you need. That's a key thing about playing this kind of systems. So if you ever have a system where you've got these 3 strikers, the outer 2 must move into channels. Another goal. Oh, the defender. So Manchester United. And then only thing, that's one of the things I don't like about super high tempo tactics, right? There's only one thing I don't like. It's like, I want everybody scoring goals. So I play on lower tempo, so it brings the whole tactic up. The problem with this tactic is everybody comes up, you're in trouble. Yeah, so you want it to be high tempo. You don't want everybody to be like taking their own sweet time to score goals, because you're quite exposed, right, defensively. The only one, you're waiting for the ball and your fullbacks, if your fullbacks are too high up the pitch, you only really have 2 players, you don't have 3. You don't have the diamond shape. The diamond shape is the most optimal shape in Football Manager, right? Because you got 1, 2, 3. So both flanks are protected, center is protected, you got another player in the center for the loose ball. It's okay, yeah. Just have to worry about this side, that's it. Other than that, I probably won't change it too much. What is he doing? You don't need all this. Take more risks just means he's going to play longish passes, no? Or tackle harder. I'm going to change something here. Just do that. I want them to take more risks. I want them to play longer passes, these 2 guys. That might happen now that I've gone into mixed passing. The other thing I like about these fullbacks, right, is the positioning they can take up. You got them going wide, right? Yeah. See what happened over there? He lost the ball, right? So that was my thought just now. That's what I want to do. With one of them, we're going to come inside. So instead of us going wide and then potentially giving a problem to the ball playing defender, I'm going to go in now so I get an extra passing option in the center. Remember, it's a tendency too. So sometimes they overlap, sometimes they underlap. Yeah, so it's the best of both worlds. This is the reason why I play Sid Neroka inside. I get the best of both worlds. I get him going wide and I get him coming inside. Decide why have 1 kick when you can have 2 kicks? I want 2 kicks, brother. I don't want 1 kick. I want 2 kicks. The role already does the go wide. Yeah. Or will go wide a bit. What a shot, man, Xerxes. Take him off, poor guy. He's getting tired. So we get we tell somebody different to play there now. Lisandro Martinez, you become a confused child now. Let's put in a player who cannot play in that position and see what happens. It's only 4 minutes, 40 minutes rather. Martinez, Lisandro Martinez is a defender. Look at him. Look at the guy, Oh, he's playing very well, contributing to that second goal. Is he? Not? Come on, referee. It didn't look like offside. It bounced off. He was in a perfectly good position as far as I'm concerned. No, it's not. Personally, my opinion counts for nothing. Is 4-3-3 with the F9 viable? Nah, you don't need F9 to have 70% possession. You can do a 70% possession with a poacher, advanced forward. You don't need F9s. You just have to play on the right settings. Don't play advanced forward. You're bound to get higher possession. Yeah. I wouldn't play a 4-3-3 with F9. Already so defensive tactic. You're adding more complexity to your tactic by asking your team to only start scoring goals when 7 players in the opposition third. Yeah, don't. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This is a united conspiracy. We were so comfortable during this entire match. No? Some of these United players conspire to screw things up. Brian Brobbery has brought Sunderland level. The journeyman has done it for the what is the Sunderland's nickname? Oh man, I remember the nickname. Come on, is it? What's it again? Sunderland. Yes, Sunderland's got a nickname. What was it? Shit. It's like horrible, no, when you know the nickname and then you can't call it. Why F9 is so useful in real life, useless in the game? Because F9 is useless. Because the game doesn't. The game, if you take too long to score goals in Football Manager, you don't score goals. So F9s take too long. You won't find any meta tactic with F9 inside. You won't find any good tactic. Black Cats, correct? You won't find any good decent tactics, can. Because now the AI can defend a bit better. Last time when the AI couldn't defend, all these F9s were ruling the roost. Like, remember Liquid? He ruled the roost with an F9. Because the AI can't defend. So all I have to do is go park my ass in front of the goal, in front with the F9, and all we did was, move them around and score goals. So I don't think F9s are that good, because ever since the AI, ever since SI fixed the defensive side of the game, which they did in 22, 23, around there they improved the defensive side of the game. Because coincidentally, at the same time, the 4-4-2 became viable. Yeah. Because for a long time, the 4-4-2 wasn't a viable formation as well. Because there was a problem defending, right? So people couldn't use the 4-4-2, right? So the last 2 seasons, 4-4-2 became viable. The moment the 4-4-2 became viable, it showed that defending improved. And F9 became also a tactic that died along the way, because it was the only tactic to get advantage of poor defending. Yeah. Because every time, it never tracked off the ball movement very well. The earlier engines like FM17 was horrible for tactics, because I hated FM17. I did in a big way, because I won't say hated it. Hated is a strong word, but it was too easy. FM16 and 17 were too easy, the engines, because they just didn't defend. Yeah. It was ridiculous, because at that point in time, right, I could create Liquid and just go and make coffee and come back with title. It was almost as good as saying we don't need to do anything. Yeah. And I don't think mine was the only tactic like that. I think there were quite a few in the community. They were not super tactics. No, definitely not. Okay. Super tactic. The definition of a super tactic is a tactic that can be used by any team, anywhere, with its starting players. And you win everything with that team without signing new players. That is a super tactic. That only way that becomes a super tactic is because that is exploiting a known match engine flaw. That's all. Yeah. Should I try your Hansi iPop if I bought once high price? Yeah, go with the Hansi tactic. Can. Entertaining football. Go. Play that. I lose. So, yeah, I stopped using F9s. Yeah. I wanted to, but didn't see the point. Okay, so let's look at this tactic now. F9's no. This tactic I just got is very defensive. Very defensive. The more you put 3 in your DM tier, you're asking to stay at home and do nothing much. Yeah. It's very, very defensive. I would not do this in any tactic. You see, what you've done here is, you see, he's going to attack. I want you to defend this area. Why? You see, the thing is, right, either you do a 2, you still defend the sides, and he can get this guy to go up, right? This guy goes up. Your center is protected by these 4. Why do you need 3 players there? You got a box defense. If you can't defend with a box defense, you need a new team. Yeah. So this guy is going to drive. You want this guy to drive? Fine. We can get him to drive, stay wider. Okay. And this guy's okay. Then we add here. What you do is you add an underlap. Oh, sorry. Yeah, underlap. This focus play, underlap. Underlap is all you need. You don't even need focus play because so many players already. So this guy can be a CM on attack. Why don't you? Okay, there's one time let's try the F9 again. F9. For fun, now we put an F9 in here. Okay, Regista. Okay, can CM attack. Inverted wingback is the worst role in the world. Don't play that role. Yeah. You want to play a guy coming here to defend. So you got 4 in the back. That's too defensive. Yeah, you never score goals. You just be too defensive. In fact, what we're going to do with this guy is we're going to get this guy to... I think that's too much. We just go this way. Then we got this guy running. Got this. In fact, we'll get this guy to go up the pitch as Segundo Volante. So he goes up. This guy stays back. This guy runs up. This guy goes up. This guy stays. It's got to be one funky defending tactic, no? Why do most FM YouTubers say poacher is? Because they don't know how to use a poacher. Yeah. Because they don't know how to use a poacher. Yeah. Do you know that somebody did a simulation with my tactic, right? On another channel. My striker scored 77 goals. And he was a poacher. So, in the hands, yeah, poacher can say, if you... Yeah, sorry to say this, yeah, okay, but I'll just say that, go figure, right? If it was average, I don't think my striker, I didn't do the show, FM DNA did, right? So, go check out his simulation of Joey Go Smash. 70 odd goals our striker scored in one season. I know it's only what's his name? Erling Haaland. But 70 goals in one season is still respectable. Okay. So we are thinking of this guy going inside forward. Okay, so we got this guy. We get these 2 guys go inside forward. Right? So these 2 guys are wing backs. Shy don't be. Just go up the pitch. Enjoy yourself. Okay, now they're gonna go at the attack, right? This guy coming out. This guy coming out. This guy dropping. This guy coming in. This guy coming. There's complete chaos in this tactic. There's total chaos in this tactic. No, just to see whether it works. But I think there's too many defensive roles in your tactic. You need to change them. Too many. It's like you're telling your whole team to defend because you don't want to attack. Kind of sad. Don't do that. So, where's... we got anybody who's fit? Just Sesko come here. Mason Mount can play as F9, right? I think so, no? I think he can play as an F9. There's at least advanced playmaker. No, he cannot play as a striker. Where's Xerxes when you need him? All other times he's available. Now he's injured, is it? Or he ran away. He doesn't want to play. Useless fella. Can he play as an F9? Looks possible, I think so, Dribbling, passing, okay. Vision, oh man, not much. Okay. We'll play Bruno Fernandes here. Okay. No Xerxes. Xerxes is injured. We can't use him. Alright, Dalo. Okay, Kobe Mino, Patrick Dogo, Membono, Mount. Okay, I'll just go with this group. Whatever we can do, we do with this group. Off. Okay. Mount, Diallo. What is Diallo doing there? Come here, Bruno Fernandes. Sesko, come here. I don't care. You play our position. Let's go. Did I go roaming play? Did I see a roaming playmaker? No, I want a good volante. Okay, alright. I don't have to run. Oh, we just put them like that. Yeah, you can try F9. Oh, we haven't finished yet. We haven't finished the tactic. Yeah, I haven't even got the team instructions. Okay. Alright, tempo will be like that. We'll just play standard. We'll play low cross. Possession, we will do... No. Transition, we will do... Undo this. We play counter press. Distribute, keep the ball. Yeah, what am I doing? I don't know. We didn't really send the ball up. We want to move this team around. We want to move them around. We are now world-class player. This is a world-class tactic for a world-class team. How dare you be an NCB? This guy is driving. Okay. Cross on byline. So wait, see, he's going to cross on byline, right? See Neroka inside. So that means sometimes he'll come inside also. Okay. Stay wider. No, stay. So sometimes he'll come inside. Or you can just uncheck this. We'll see what happens. No, I don't think I want to do that. Just leave it like this. Okay. Because I'm using inside force for a reason. If I wanted to do this, what I just did, I'll turn those 2 in front into wingers. Then it'll be better. Yeah, lone F9 always go struggle. I don't think F9's good in FM Football Manager. So if you want to play an F9, you gotta really go camping. But this is like I'm showing you, it's not gonna work. I'm probably not gonna work now. It'll probably look quite bad. I just want to make sure this is no wonder. I knew something was wrong. Okay. All the way to the top. Step up more. Get stuck in. Oh my god, this is asking for trouble. We got the whole tactic up the pitch. Yeah, no low block in this tactic. Yeah, just now you had a low block with all those guys at the back. Don't do that. Yeah. All you need in a low block is two DMs. That's it. Yeah, cover the flanks with two wide midfielders or two fullbacks or two wingers, and you got yourself a low block. Right? A mid block. Then you get your defensive line is shifted higher. So how compact you want the block to be will be defined by your defensive line. That like what we just did, right? And then if you want it to be even more compact, add step up more. Then the next phase is seeing whether or not your players can move the ball up the pitch, like what we're doing. So we go up the pitch, and then now I know something is missing. What is that? Tempo has to be reduced, or I have to do a ball into box because the guys start shooting, right? So problem is we're using inside forwards. Inside forwards have a tendency to shoot, and you can't just go there and say everything shoot less often, but we'll do that as a first choice. It's one of the reasons why I play with wingers. Because wingers are not hard-coded to shoot first, and they are hard-coded to look for opportunities. Alright, I won't say hard-coded. Wingers are creative, right? Yeah. Inside forwards are higher mentality. So they're probably going to shoot first. Ask questions later. So this is just, we have to go camping with this tactic. Stay in their half. But we have to win the ball. Okay. So the first half we were playing in our half, right? So now it doesn't really work. So now we're getting up the pitch. Now there we go. Says go in. Doesn't score. Okay, what we can do is left on right. So that means now we want this guy to be left-footed. Right-footed, no wonder. Okay, this guy, are you left-footed? I need left foot now. Okay, now you come here. Why? The chances of the person coming inside higher. F9 is never a low block. No lah. Yeah. Where is your favorite role that never disappoints you? More for me, Poacher. Yeah. Poacher never disappoints me. Always delivers on all my tactics. Whenever I put a Poacher there, I know I'm going to get a lot of goals. Advanced forward disappoint. I never play it. I don't like advanced forwards. Mixed tactics, so I don't get sexy goals. That's my problem. I like sexy. I really like sexy goals. I don't like 1-3 pass goal, score goal like that. It's not for me. I want to hey, move them away. We get a nice goal scoring opportunity. I want 0.7 xg. I get turned on by 0.6 xg, 7 xg goals. That's the thing. So that's why the Poacher for me is my favorite role. Second favorite would be the fullback. Third favorite is the roaming playmaker. So these are my top 3 roles for FM24. Roaming playmaker, because with the roaming playmaker, I don't need two midfielders. I only need one. The roaming playmaker, single-handed, coincidentally, right? I don't think the role is ever coming back because it's really a massively overpowered role. Very overpowered. It is the most overpowered role in FM24. Which is why Joey Go Smash is so strong. Because the roaming playmaker absolutely rules that tactic. I mean, it doesn't make sense that you can make a tactic where one role controls whole midfield. It shouldn't be possible. Are you trying to tell me that I can have a player do the work and two N'Golo Kantes in one tactic? Because you are doing the defensive side of the work, you're doing the midfield side of the work, and you're doing the attacking side of the work. That means you're all over the pitch. You're God's gift to the attack. You're everywhere. So yeah, that is why I think, right, it's too strong. It's way too strong a role. That's why it's the best role if you only want to play one midfielder. But naturally, right, it can't be played by every player, right? So you have to find the perfect player for it. So he needs very strong physical attributes. He needs stamina, work rate, he needs passing. So you actually got to look for N'Golo Kante with the Zinedine Zidane pass. So that makes it harder, right? But the reward is very high when you find a player like him. Like I found Miguel Reyes, remember, for my Destiny stream. He was like, oh my God, he alone in midfield, he ruled it. We won the title and everything else. Made it to the finals of the Champions League. Eventually, he became so good that, the club couldn't keep him. This year of FM24, I can literally only play 4-4-2 diamond Yeah, play a 4-4-2 diamonds. Nothing wrong with a 4-4-2. 4-4-2 is a good tactic, no? Yeah. There we go. This is a high possession tactic. This means that you have to have a good team. Move the team around, get the ball up. Can't play low possession. All your players better be able to pass the ball. The problem is when you play this kind of tactics, right? You gotta have the players for it. And then your width cannot be too high. It cannot be too wide. That's it. You want to drop the width. Just notice that just now. Convert ball into balls, pass into space. No dribble less, right? Defense. Okay. F9. Why you have a tactic? If I play F9, right, the tactic will definitely have right defense because kind of playing to the F9. Because you have an F9, right? Right defense becomes important in your tactic. I would recommend that if you play F9, right defense. Don't play dribble less. I'm sorry, this tactic is actually a different tactic, right? We completely changed the tactic around. Okay. Like if I wanted to get a defensive tactic, right? This would be my shape. This is very defensive. No, you know how difficult it is for the team to break me down in the center? Quite difficult. They gotta literally have like really strong players in the air. They got to be dropping a lot of crosses because they can't dribble through the center, right? So I know that my center is solid. All I got to do is worry about getting the ball at the pitch. So I play wing backs. Yeah. I know we're only playing Nottingham Forest. But I managed to accidentally create Pep Barcelona tactic. Yeah, Pep Barcelona tactic. Quite good. Yeah, that's well done, man. Well done. Happy for you. I mean, look, with this starting bunch of players, right? Look at Cunha winning the ball back. F9. See the F9, look at where he is. So you always remember that F9 drops relative to your position. Relative to your tactic. So I got all these fellas behind him. No? So the F9 is not going to drop behind this guy so much. No? So I'm happy already. It's okay. So it's like midfield. He can't go that deep. See, where's the F9 again? Now where's the F9? Now because the throw-in, F9 is reset. Now he is here. So just there we go. F9 just chilling. He's got nothing better to do. He's just moving around like I'm free. Got a chance to get a ball, I'll give it to you. Is DLF always better than F9? Yeah, DLF is 10 times better than F9. I wouldn't play the F9 in Football Manager. I mean, you can play the F9. I'm not saying you shouldn't. You should play every role. And don't listen to a content creator saying don't play the F9. Go and play every role. Enjoy yourself. No, don't listen to what I say. Yeah, just because I say it's difficult. Because you guys might crack the code or something. Like you might figure it out yourself. That's how you guys figure things out. Because I used to have that happen to me when I was starting out with this game. People come to me, they come in like, you shouldn't do this. It doesn't work. I'm like, okay. Then I was thinking to myself, like, why is everyone telling me, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that? So I said, to hell with this, man. I'm going to try everything. So I tried everything. And then I found out there's a lot of malarkey, Seriously, sometimes people, they haven't tried enough to say it doesn't work, right? So that's my point. So my advice is, even though I say don't use the F9, it doesn't mean the F9 doesn't work. The F9 can work and it can work very well. The thing is, in this game, it's a question of whether or not you understand what their role does enough for you to go, okay, I'm using an F9. What are my other players going to do with my tactic? So that's how you got to think, right? So I think an F9 can still work, right? I just don't use it so much because I'm into this whole new mode of playing, which is I'm going to destroy, right? I mean that mode already, okay? I haven't been in this mode since Championship Manager 0304. That's a long time, no. So now I'm in this mode where when I see the engine, I only got one thought in my mind: destroy it. So that's my mode, right? I'm in that mode. So you can only get into that kind of. So what I'm suggesting is, I am out to go for the meta now, right? So you if you go for the meta, it's because you want to break something. And once you break it, you're not going to enjoy it anymore. Trust me, you won't see things differently anymore. You're just going to know that there's a meta, and you won't find it fun. So my advice is go try out the role so that you can explore different styles of play. And that's why I do replications. It's one of the other reasons. So I have all these replications I'm studying by. I got 10 already, 12 I think. Now it's 12. So that the 12 replications give me some sanity, you know. So I can, today I'm going to play like David Pleat did. Or I'm going to do Santana tactic. Or I'm going to, I've got a lot, man. I've got one for some team in 1962. And they were playing a sweeper system. So we don't, of course, you can't play sweeper systems in Football Manager anymore, right? Because of we have an offside trap. So that's the reason why. Plus, liberos don't stay back now. They used to in the past when my granddaddy was playing the game. Liberos stayed at the back line. Now they actually push up. Yeah, you love to see an 1890 Ajax tactic. What is the version of Batman behind you? That would be this is Batman. He's got the 2024. Yeah, 2024 Batman. Watch Kimpy share all his F9 tactics. Kimpy will calm. The best thing to F9 is complete forward and support for me. I think if you can play an F9, you can play complete forward. Yeah. If you play complete forward, your tactic will be, to me, okay? Not much of a difference. I mean, yeah, F9 is a bit more creative, but I think complete forward will just do just well for you. All right, guys. Today was fun. We didn't lose, did we? We won everything, no? We drew, I think, one game. Maybe we might have lost one game, I think. Did we lose any games? Yeah, we lost to Liverpool. Other than that, you guys, Manchester United are third on the table, man, heading for the Champions League. With your tactics driving them all the way home. They've got like 3, 10, 13 games left in the season. Can you guys bring them to Europe? You're doing a much better job with your tactics. Amorim should be watching you guys, man. He might learn a thing or two. No signings were made for this team. It's the default team from this season. So you apparently believe in your hands you can do wonders with. In fact, you guys have just proven that if United were to change tactics every single game, they will finish third on the table. So Ruben Amorim is going to get one message. You have to change tactics every single game. Sounds almost bizarre. Once again, I'll thank everybody for your comments on the latest show on YouTube, Bustthenet Gaming. That's my other channel where I share my fears. Now, please, whatever fears you have, please express them on that video as well. Okay. And I want to thank everybody for your comments. I want to thank the guys out there as well who watch other shows and then realize something is something that they need to get involved as well. So that's good. 10 more days to early access. I don't know. Only SI knows. There's a lot of rumors. I know it's like a few more days. I mean, there's a part of me that just wants to stop playing Football Manager and go play something different like Black Myth Wukong or World of Warcraft. I came this close to playing World of Warcraft, okay? I came this close, no? I'm still this close away from World of Warcraft. Because now apparently certain combat add-ons cannot be used anymore. And that's my jam, man. Because one of the reasons why I stopped playing World of Warcraft because all these add-ons suddenly made the game so what's the word for it now? People were all like, there's a combat add-on for you to tell you what your next part of the rotation is for you to get high DPS. It's like, it's basically telling you press this button, press this button, press this button, press this button, press this button. I'm like, what's the point of playing then? If all you're going to do is look at the screen to press buttons. I totally hated that. So I want to have a break from FM so I can hardcore when FM. That's actually a good idea, Kimpi. You should take a break so you can hardcore when FM26 drops. I want to do the same. Part of me actually thinks like, right, okay, maybe 2 or 3 days, I won't stream at all. All content from me, there won't be any. I'll just do I'll do a video on the state of Football Manager. That's about the only thing I'll do. Okay. I said I'll complain about some shit. Complain about something. I gotta be asked. People need to know that I'm still doing content, right? So I'll probably come with another grumpy video next week. Yeah, I will. I'll probably start a conspiracy next time. Cause like you think about it, right? If Miles has come in to say that
Pablo,
hey, Coach. Hey, Coach Zanko, how are you, man? Thanks for the raid, brother. Hope you're well. We were just wrapping up this. We were playing with all the tactics from the community. And we are glad to say that Manchester United have been changing tactics for every single game. All your tactics, guys. And they are third on the table. They are third on the table. Ruben Amorim needs to watch this stream so that he can get that message. That you can actually finish third on the table provided you change your tactic for every single game. That's absolutely crazy. How was your stream, man, Zanko? Yeah, so the thing about this, right? Wow. Wow. How did you get them and say, oh, that was fast, man. You got the alarm bell from the show. Yeah, I'm going to have the alarm bell now for you guys because I think my next episode, right, of the State of FM is going to be, all right, I have doubts. I have strong doubts, no? Because if you look at FM Touch, right, what is in FM Touch? I'm asking people, what do you see in FM Touch? A shorter save with less longevity, right? So 10 seasons. So it's FM Touch is lightweight FM, right? You don't have to worry about training. You don't have to worry about certain features in FM, right? All you do is sign a player, go play the game, win the title, yay. Sign the player, make some money, sell the player, go win the title, win the game, yay. That's it. No, that's FM Touch in a nutshell, right? I don't play the game because there's nothing else to, rope me in, right? Plus, how long can you have saves on FM Touch for? Like, I don't think you can play a save for greater than 10 years if I'm not mistaken on FM Touch, right? I know that the Game Pass version as well, you can't play it for more than 10 years as well. So, bang. Are some of these other features going to go? Are they going to all be done and dusted? Like, we won't see them anymore. That is what I want to find out. That's why I'm going to ask that question. I'm going to keep asking that question. So if all those features are going to go, why do we still have things like dynamics? Why do I care about play interaction? I mean, I don't do play interaction. Why should it be in the game? Just take it out. Huh? Don't waste my time. They handle the players come play. Tell me to shove off. I always close the door. I don't talk to them because I don't need to deal with players. I don't want to deal with the press. So take the press out as well because I don't like to talk to the press. I don't interact with the press. Who interacts with the press in the game? I already showed you that you can ignore the press. Nothing happens to you. You can win titles. I've also shown people that you can say the wrong things in every single team talk and you can still win titles. The board doesn't fire you for saying that you're sleeping with the chairman's wife during a press conference. So why have press conferences in the first place if there's no reaction? It's like useless. What is there? Why is it there for? So for me, my point is this, right? So if you are going to distill FM to only the playable features that we play, then remove the rest because it's irrelevant to the game. It doesn't make a difference to my save. Why keep the things that don't make a difference? Press conferences don't make a difference. Team talks don't make a difference. Play interactions don't make a difference. Remove all of those as well because they make no difference to any save. And I've proven it time and time again. Tactical familiarity makes no difference. Take it out of the game. So why have all these layers of complication in the game that only serve to fuddle the mind? Makes introducing doubt in you. So that's the way we're going to make the game more interesting and palatable and increase the so-called level of difficulty by creating things that have no effect, making people think it has an effect, so they spend more time on things. So that's where I'm coming from. So there, the future is this. No, I look at it this way. Where am I from, Mister? I'm from Singapore. Yeah. Thanks for following me on my recent videos on YouTube. Yes, my recent videos are I have somebody I know basically said, Daljit, you shouldn't be doing these kind of videos. So I said, what do you mean? Yeah, you should keep your head a bit low, at the moment. Duck a bit, you might get into trouble. I like, why? Are we reaching a point in this world where we can't speak our mind for fear of reprisal or repercussions? I don't want to live in that kind of world where I can't share what's on my mind. I want to. Yeah, that's how I feel. So that's it, man. 30 seasons for FM Mobile, probably. No, cannot be 30 seasons. FM Mobile is there's an FM Mobile 25, right? I think there was FM Mobile 25. So there's going to be FM Mobile 26 is coming soon as well. I think FM Mobile 26 is entered its alpha phase. It should be in its alpha. It definitely is in its alpha phase. Just like FM 26 is in its alpha phase as well. So there are all these games are in the alpha phase. So advanced access should be in 10 days time, I guess, or 12 days time. Okay. The way I look at it, the advanced access of FM 26 is coming out on the 21st. That's my date. That's the date I've been telling everybody. 21st of October, FM 26 will drop. Yeah. That's what people are now saying is 17 or 16. I don't think so. They skipped 25 too. Yeah, FM 26 will be back. Oh, I thought they didn't skip 25. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't played FM, that version, for a long time. Anyway, guys, I've got to go. Got to put the kids to sleep. So I want to thank everybody for coming to today's stream. You've been sensational. Oh no, the kids are already going to bed. So thank you very much for coming. I will return tomorrow. And I will take a break from streaming for the whole of next week. Yeah, so I will not be streaming until FM 26 is about to drop. The guys on Discord will still be chatting away. We'll be having fun. I'll take a short break from FM so that I can get all this other stuff ready. Yeah. I think you turn off notifications or YouTube comments. I think so too, no? Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna have to go and do that later. YouTube did something today. And it happened to me. Yeah. So I want to thank all of you. You guys were sensational. Please stay good, stay safe. I shall see you guys again soon. Bye.